Welcome to MoP Practitioner exam, sample exam questions. This is sample paper 1. A bit about One World Training. One World is a global training, business simulation and training company, having its offices in the United States, UK, the Netherlands, India, and many other parts of the world. We provide training in IT, business management, project management, ISO standards, and various other best practices for both individuals and organizations. We deliver courses in different ways. We offer public classroom-based trainings, online, e-learning, blended approaches, and even on-site training for private and government organizations. We are an authorized training center, and we are endorsed by leading global professional bodies. And a few of our endorsements are on this particular slide. About the MoP practitioner exam, you would to work on 75 questions. All 75 questions should be attempted. There's only one correct answer per question, and you would be provided 1 hour for this paper. You must get 35 or more correct answers to pass. Let me take you through each of the questions. Let me read out the question for you and lay out the options for you. And you can pause the question, take some time, evaluate the options, and perhaps make a note of the right answer on a piece of paper. And then you could replay it again as I would provide you with the rationale for the questions. Let's start with question number 1, first one in part A. This is a question that would test your syllabus area knowledge in implementing, sustaining, and measuring MoP. Here is a question. A review and recognition of staff performance and the introduction of staff development and training programs would be an example of what source of organizational energy. If you remember, during our foundation course in the practitioner exam, practitioner course, we looked into 4 sources of energy. So where would this particular statement fit in? The correct answer is climate. The purpose of providing recognition in staff performance and provision of development opportunities is to enable the organization to ignite the climate source of organizational energy. This concerns how the organization helps people to grow, achieve their potential, and do their best. And when you look into the question, some of the key words in the question would be review and recognition of the staff performance, introduction of development and training programs are all aspects of climate of an organization. Let's move on to the next one. In question number 1, part A, the second question. A review of the project management processes used by the Center of Excellence and the implementation of appropriate standards within the newly formed portfolio office. What would this be an example of in terms of the relevant source of organizational energy? The correct answer is context. Now, the purpose of reviewing working practices and implementing appropriate standards is to enable the organization to ignite the context source of organizational energy. So this particular state or source of energy concerns with how working practices support and enable people to do a good. Next one. Third question in part A of question 1. A review and alignment of the corporate board members' performance objectives with the organization's strategic objectives. The relevant source of organizational energy is the key word in the question is alignment. The correct answer is connection. The purpose of aligning individuals' objectives with the organization's strategic objectives is to enable the organization to ignite the connection source of organizational energy. Now, this aspect of organizational energy concerns with how people link themselves, their values, and their work to the purpose of the organization. Let's move on to the next question in question number 1, part A, the 4th one. Replacement of existing outdated HR and finance systems, finance IT systems. The relevant source of organizational energy is. The correct answer is context. The purpose of replacing outdated IT systems is to enable the organization to ignite the context source of organizational energy. So this concerns with how working practices support and enable people to do a good job. On to question number 5 in part A of the first one. A series of workshops delivered by corporate board members to communicate the strategy and purpose of the portfolio, emphasizing how everyone is needed to contribute to its success. The relevant source of organizational energy is. The correct answer is A,